Scorpio, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your weekly reading for the week of April 22nd through the 28th. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future, as well as a discovery of the hidden truth. I'm going to jump right into just a few oracle messages to get an idea of some of the themes for the week for you. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing this space with me today. Welcome back. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Scorpio today. Thank you for your guidance and for your love. All right. What is happening for you, Scorpio, this week? Okay. Ooh, my high vibes heal the world. You know, it's interesting that this came up because yesterday I was reading for the air signs, and I felt like there was this outer ring from the eclipse of a higher frequency that we're all slowly absorbing. And it's pretty mind-blowing. It's been pretty mind-blowing for me. I think a lot of people have been on the spiritual path, have touched on this energy in their own awakening, but this feels like a collective experience, and we're tapping into it. It's not something we can like live in, unfortunately. Don't we wish that? But this is actually like a pictorial image of what I was trying to pick up on yesterday. My high vibes heal the world. I mean, look at that ring, that outer ring of the Rainbow Warrior tribe. I did go to a rainbow gathering way back when. It doesn't have the same vibe as I think it used to. But way back when, this was, gosh, 25 years ago. I'm going to age myself. Where you go into like this rural area, and it's all barter, and you pull up and people are like, "Hello, brother. Hello, sister." And there's just something so peaceful and extraordinary, very utopian about those kinds of experiences. I don't think that I'll ever experience something like that at that time. So, high vibes, they do heal the world. You're going to be bringing that vibe out into the world this week, or at least experiencing what I'm talking about. And perhaps a lot of you already have coming into this week. Wow, look at it. Even more rainbow. Look at these go together, Scorpio. Look at that. Goodness me. You get the Rainbow Warrior vibes going on. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Rainbow Warriors are a group of collective souls who carry the heart of peace, of unity, consciousness. My aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. Ooh-wee. I love seeing this. It's just giving me happy vibes. Yeah, it's like you have the opportunity to dwell in this energy this week. Raising your vibration. These are probably the two best cards in the deck, Scorpio, based on the way they look and the way they feel. Let's jump into your tarot messages. Where are we going to go, Spirit? All right, here we go. I got all my decks out in front where you can't see them, so it's not overwhelming for your view. And I just go where I'm led. This is a newer deck. I haven't put it in my description box. It's called Lustrous Tarot. It's a little more crisp, the Rider-Waite images. A little more modern. Hopefully you'll like them. Okay. We're going to go right into your past here. Your present, your future. I'm going to pull 3 cards for each. We're going to talk about it, clarify. Then I'm going to pull your overall general energy for the week ahead and the hidden truth. And we'll close it off with an untethered soul oracle message. Giving me such happy vibes over here with the Raise Your Vibration Oracle. Recent past, the Two of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Hangman. We're going to talk about in that moment. Current energies, the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Nine of Wands. Near future. Let's pull these down so you can see what I am doing here. Near future, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Devil. Overall general energy, Seven of Pentacles, and the hidden truth, the Ace of Swords. The truth is here, Scorpio, is you were really trying to get to a place of inner clarity. And you are reassessing and reevaluating a very important connection in your life. I think, if anything, you just want to feel a state of peace where it's not this source of agitation. You have a vision that you're trying to uphold. It started to become part of your awareness in the recent past. Well, I'm getting a very strong ringing. You have a very strong vision. It could be your vision of the world you want to create on an individual level and the way you want the world to exist on the exterior level. You're seeing the big picture of your life. A lot of people are doing that this week. We're pulling back our scope and we're looking at almost from the eyes of an eagle, like what's the highest timeline, highest vision? What is your authentic truth, Scorpio? And I think, you're showing me that you've been doing this for a hot minute. And I think you're looking at the ways that as you look from a higher perspective at your life in the past, you were looking at it from a place of loss, of grief, of looking at almost like what hasn't happened yet. And I think this week you're changing your orientation around what hasn't occurred in a special connection and also in your life as a whole and what you want to have happen. This is a subtle shift, but it changes everything to go from releasing what needs to be released, which a lot of people are releasing the outer layers of conditioning. And that limits our perception to thinking we're boxed in and we have no control. So in the recent past, you really surrendered and you really started to move through the states of sadness, the states of grief, the states of, I don't want to say negativity. There's a time and a place for feeling inward and sad. Meanwhile, you still had this vision of the new while you were releasing the old. So you were doing very important work in the recent past around releasing an older layer of you, because you can't get to that. I don't think this has a lot to do with a lot of other people, because this is the Hangman, which is really surrendering, the art of surrendering. And it's uncomfortable to let go of things that no longer nourish us. And a lot of it with people, it's not necessarily what's going on outside. It's the things you want to let go of about how you view yourself, how you view your life, what you want for the future. Big picture thinking, because the overall general energy is this energy of I'm reevaluating, reassessing my place in the world and my life. Okay, that's why I'm going bigger picture here, because of your frame of reference for the week. Current energy is I really want to at least feel like in the connections I choose and the love I experience, I want to feel like we're working towards something, that we're collaborating. Now, this comes down to your work life. This comes down to your personal life, where you just feel like people are on my side. We're getting along. They agree with me. I agree with them. We have a common goal here, and that is peace, harmony, and actually producing what we're trying to produce. I think you've been feeling very tired in your pursuit of that, in the effort of trying to make that work in your life. And I think this is more than just someone by your side. I do see that you have someone very important to you that you are working through issues with, that you might have felt a little bit down in the past about. If you want to get on the micro here, a little down about, the vision you have for a relationship, an important relationship in your life, and where it actually is. And all of the things that have fatigued you along the way of trying to see eye to eye. This is that, this relationship is wearing me out kind of vibe. Because you're comparing too of how you want to feel and how you really feel. And in the near future, what I'm seeing is you trying to overcome what is coming up for you when it comes to your view around love and the expression of love with another, where you no longer want to, I know you don't want this. You don't want to feel like you're tied to a toxic situation, repeating feelings, right, from day to day, feeling frustrated, feeling like you're not being heard, seen, valued, respected. This could have to do with your work environment, it may not have to do with a personal relationship, but the Ace of Cups is here. So it does indicate that whatever you're putting your heart and soul into in the future, there's a level of frustration going on. And we're going to clarify what this Devil is about. And I want to clarify what this Nine of Wands is about. Let's see what your vision is for the future that you had in the past. I think you're trying to experience more peace inside, Scorpio. More peace inside. And you're trying, like I said, you're trying to let go in this the new era, right? The new era of Scorpio, you're trying to let go of the things that have disappointed you and hurt you. There are emotions that need to be released that you may have been storing up because you actually have not even had perhaps even the time to process them. And this eclipse season, and also with the retrograde, is the time of shedding old skin, so we can operate in a higher timeline, a higher version of ourselves. And I think you know this. It's just you're trying to do the work to move through it. What is this vision you have for the future, Scorpio, in the recent past? And then we'll get into the Seven of Pentacles energy for the week. The Star, of course, that's a vision. Oh, you have such a beautiful vision. It's like you touched for a moment, for a little while. You had like this beautiful, happy. I see your frustration. On the one hand, you experience this beautiful dipping into the collective consciousness, feeling united, harmonious, I do believe, with another person. The experience of fulfillment and happiness, right? But it's like that the whole dichotomy, duality in any kind of bond that's important to us. On the one hand, there's this wish fulfillment. This person brings me these feelings of love and of happiness and joy. But then it's such a challenge to deal with their ego, with the shadow. Such a challenge, right? You could be trying to overcome obstacles in the sadness in a connection in the past. Trying to move through the challenges that came up. Holding on to that vision of the future, right? But I see it. I see that it's possible. Anything is possible when two people really do the work. And I think that it's like you're getting a little bit beat up by that notion, two people doing the work. It's like something's kind of like, it's like a broken wheel. And when we have that broken wheel or a broken record, and it's like, okay, if we could just remove that one little like nail in the tire, then everything would run smoothly. So I think that's that mentality you had in the past, like, I got to remove this nail. If they could just do X, Y, Z. So I understand your frustration. This could be with a boss. It doesn't have to be with a partner. You could have a challenging work dynamic going on, and you're just trying to keep that faith, keep that vision alive. At any rate, no matter what you encounter in your ultimate vision for the future and what you want and trying to experience that from day to day, you reach this level of understanding. I think about yourself along the way, and that's sometimes the aha. I want to go into the Seven of Pentacles. I just see you really trying to overcome obstacles, setbacks on the road to happiness here. Yeah, and it comes down. A lot of it comes down, Scorpio. Especially during the seasons we've been in, is it all comes down to communication and how things are being communicated. Yeah, I think that you're conflicted. You have an inner conflict going on, and it's very real. You want so badly to feel independent, but you also want this person by your side, and it's like, oh, I think you're at a crossroads of indecision that's almost driving you crazy. This also Five of Wands I've been getting off lately of just that inner conflict of like, is this even possible to get to what I think this could go to? Is it even possible? It's like you're losing hope here, and you're pausing in the past, over what's possible in a connection. And this week, I think you're really trying to communicate from your own perspective, your own truth, your own values. I see you coming into a beautiful place of balance. It's like you're going to be getting answers this week. I do believe from your soul, from God, from spirit, source, that's going to help you make important decisions in the future, because I feel like there's some sort of progression going on in your life that you're taking a hard look at. And I think you're still holding on to hope that you're going to work through something. Let's see what's going on currently here. I want to see what you're trying to bring together in this Three of Pentacle energy. What is this that you're trying to work through? Getting on the same page. What's been happening around this? It's been unstable. All right, you're closing out a cycle with another. This has to do with an important connection. I don't know who it is to you, but someone you really care about, and someone that you've gone through a fair level of trials and tribulations. That's what we'll call that. Trials and tribulations on the road to coming together. And we have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the World here. So this coming together has not gone according to plan. Currently, you feel like things are a bit unstable. You're in two minds. On the one hand, it's really good sometimes. On the other hand, it's really bad sometimes. And that's your perception. Good, bad, hard, easy, light, heavy. Put whatever term you want on it, but there's a duality going on in a connection. And it's up, it's down. It's up, it's down. And that's a very difficult patterning to overcome, because it sounds like it's been pretty ingrained. It's like a rut in a road, and it's hard to get that wheel out of that rut, you know, with the nail in it, if you want to have a pictorial here. I think you're having a hard time in this cycle trusting that you're going to work things out with this person, because you're noticing that there's something unhealthy inherently in the way things are communicated. It's like there's a lost in translation going on. Like, you say one thing, they hear a totally different thing, and then it gets lost, and it's just the frustration of that. Like, they can't hear you, you can't hear them, and you've been going through this for so long that you can't trust that things are going to stabilize and you're going to get on the same page. Meanwhile, it's wounding you because it feels like a broken record. So I think you're trying to overcome it, and a lot of you are pulling away. You've been slowly pulling away from this energetically and emotionally, that feeling of detachment. All right, I got to pull away from this because this is just too frustrating, right? So you're reevaluating this connection. You're working on the communication. Let's see what's going to happen here in the future. You are wrapping up this cycle. I think right now your orientation is, all right, what do I do now? I'm aware of the issue. I'm aware that we have communication breakdowns. Things get lost in translation. I'm not certain we're going to be able to get on the same page here. I'm trying to gain clarity over making the right decisions for the future. So let's go into, I want to feel a little bit my way into this love here, this Ace of Cups, what the Ace of Cups is saying to me and to you around this bond. You're trying to create stability. We have another Ace of Swords, which is the hidden truth. Oh, yeah. Wow. You're in a deep commitment with someone. Some of you are married to this person. Others of you, you're deeply committed to at least getting to the truth and abiding by. It's hitting up against your values, your morals, your beliefs. There's something that's like, it's just not sitting right. This could be an authority figure. This is how you express yourself, Scorpio. You're going through a transition, almost like a transmutation of how you view yourself in a certain connection. I do believe, I'm feeling like this whole like, rah, like something is coming alive within you. I want to see what this devil is about. King of Pentacles. All right. Interesting. You are really learning a lot from this situation. Like, you're learning about surrender. You're learning about forgiveness. You're learning how to communicate properly. I mean, learn. It's almost exhausting. what's interesting is the devil energy here in the near future. We have it clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Ace of Wands. With some of you are actually really, some of you, this is a new connection. Some of you, this is an old connection. Old connection is you've been together a while. New connection is you haven't known this person long. And there's a lot of trust issues coming up on both sides, whether it's new or old. And, you know, you're like, I'm committed to the truth. I'm committed to my heart open, but it's got to speak to me. It's got to like be healthy for me. And you have a brand new passionate beginning and a connection that has the potential to be stable here. But there's something that has to be released. And I do believe it has a lot to do with the fear, the projection of fear. So, and I was reading about that this morning coming into this reading, so this is pertinent because I pulled the Death card. It's a Scorpio card for the day, and it has a lot to do with the cycles of life and death, of endings and beginnings. You're going through an ending of the way things have been in a connection. I feel as though you're going to have a breakthrough in the near future with this person, where you're committed. It's like, I'm committed to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And if I feel like I reach this place of truth, it's like you're looking in the eye of what's unhealthy in this connection. And you're actually both going to address it and conquer it. I feel this conquering, like the truth shall prevail here. I'm not sure why, because we have two Ace of Swords and the Justice. I think there's a lot of fear that's been coming up in this connection. The fear of failure, the fear of loss, projections from past stuff that you're trying to release. This is a huge cleanup week for you, Scorpio. I want to get some clarity around this Ace of Swords since it's up here twice. What is it that you're actually coming to terms with that's changing? It's changing this whole situation. What is this clarity that you're finding? I think something's being handed to you. I feel like you're being handed an opportunity to see things differently, to come out of your disappointment. Whoa. All right. Clearly, what I'm getting from this, and I've been getting this combination lately, you are experiencing an ego death. You're experiencing an ego death. No matter who you're dealing with, whether it's, you can sit there and you can blame. And we do it, and we have, and I'll tell you this, I say it a lot, you might have irrefutable evidence that they deserve blame, right? That they failed you, that they didn't honor you, they didn't respect you, they didn't treat you the way you deserve. Listen, that's all valid and true. I think, though, that you're reaching this place of forgiveness this week that is going to surprise you. And it doesn't mean that you stay or leave. It just means once you accept the situation for what it is, it's like you're in such a place of resistance and it's causing so much suffering inside of you internally. It's almost like you've shut down. And I think you're moving through this emotional experience of like, I'm so deeply committed to this person. They have so deeply disappointed me. And I'm hurt. I'm so deeply hurt. And once you just sit there and you acknowledge it, and I feel your pain. I feel it, Scorpio. I feel your pain. I feel it. And I think once you just sit there and just say, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. You're going to release this resistance, this suffering that's going on inside of you. And you're going to see a truth about what your own ego is saying about this. It is so hard to forgive people that we perceive, whether it's projected or real. It's the same, all right? You know what I mean? Whether it's a projection from your past and their fears that are coming up in a new connection, or they're actual, real, valid, and true, and it's not a projection, and it's like right in front of you, someone's cheating on you, someone's disrespecting you with their language, someone's, whatever they're doing that's obviously a hurt. And I say this all the time, and there's a big difference here. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. And I think that you're realizing, all right, this is hurting me. I don't want to hurt back. I'm going to now heal whatever's going on inside of me, and I'm going to not stay stagnant in a situation and be filled with distrust. It's like some of you are actually going to have this realization that this is what I got to do to get out of this. Some of you are actually going to have a breakthrough in the communication around this connection, and you're going to hang on to it. Others of you, you are actually releasing it. But you're releasing, this is the thing, you release it with love. Regardless, you're stabilizing the connection because you're releasing all the hurt, all the anger, all the disappointment. And when we do that work, we don't take that wounding with us. There's something you're doing this week, Scorpio, on such a deep level. It is transformational. And I know it's not easy work to do. You know what? Before we do that, I've got a few. I'm just going to do this because I'm curious. What is it that's being handed to you? Because instead of looking at the disappointment of it, what is it that you're actually gaining from this insight beyond the ego death? You're investing in yourself in a different way because of this experience. Yes, you are. I knew it. I knew it. You are. You know, sometimes when we don't get what we want, it allows us to break open and give ourselves what we wanted all along externally. People are coming to this realization this week. I don't know what's going on in the collective, but you're actually doing it through an important connection. Some people are doing it solo. Some people are doing it in their soul tribe, right, in their community or their work life. Scorpio is being hit directly by a partnership. A person is actually, the interactions you've been having with this person is your growth edge, right? These edges that you keep hitting in your own states. They're softening. You're softening. It's starting to slowly dawn on you that you need to invest in your own internal well-being, nurturing self. What's being handed to you, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full, Scorpio? And I think you're going to make a huge shift this week from looking at the glass as half empty and a connection to the glass half full. Some of you, it doesn't mean you're going to stay. It means you're going to make peace with it regardless, right? And once you make peace with something, it's easier to have clarity. You've been in this state of inner turmoil around a situation. And I think that you're going to be clearing that out. Things are going to come back into balance. You're going to feel inspired again. You're not going to be mired down in a viewpoint that is heavy. You're going to start making a plan, right? No longer idling in a place of emotional disappointment. There's going to be a renewed faith here in your future, with or without this person. What is the advice? Interesting week for everybody. Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, a lot of you. The advice here is a lot of you are like, sayonara, I'm abandoning ship. I'm not going to abandon myself. And that might be the ultimate lesson here. How have you abandoned yourself in recent months or years, Scorpio? How? Some of you, this is your work life, an important connection to your work. Apply it that way. Other people, this is an important connection in your family that has been your growth edge. Others of you, this is a romantic partner. But whatever is happening here, it's coming to an end. You're no longer going to be abandoning yourself. I see this sudden dawning that it's like, you know what? Love prevails. It doesn't mean people in our lives prevail, but love prevails. You are coming out of a place of frustration, irritation, all the things that don't feel good inside, to a place of things that do feel good. The light of renewed hope is entering into you, Scorpio, this week. And I think you're making this sudden realization, this change, this tower. You are releasing everything that stands in the way of you actually feeling love again. Love for this person, love for the world, love for self. You've been blocked. Blocked. Some of you have been blocked from opening up to a connection that you know you really, really, really want because you're hanging on to the fear of more pain. No matter what you do this week, nurture yourself, give to yourself more than anything. Give yourself that love. I see you doing it. I really do. I really do. I think that, you're reaching for a higher timeline, a higher state of being where you are actually operating from a place of love, no longer operating from a place of betrayal. This is the card of betrayal. You may feel like love has betrayed you so much, Scorpio, and you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to hold on to that story anymore. Let's get a message from the untethered soul. Whoa. I said take these two in the middle. I'm going to read both. I haven't done that for anyone. Let's see. They're both going to go together, I have a feeling. They're different categories. What does the back say? Experiencing energy. Yeah, you are this week. Spiritual energy is what you're experiencing when you're enthused by something and all this high energy comes up from inside you. Yeah, you're removing a block to actually feeling like this higher energy move through you. Enthusiasm, joy, and love. If you can feel that all the time, then who cares what happens outside? Michael Singer. I love his work. I actually listen to him. If you like look at his website or if you go onto YouTube, I can't remember I'll try and put it in the description box for you, Scorpio. But if you need to plug in to a higher level of awareness, listen to his talks. They're deeply, deeply enlightening. It's really helping me to navigate this time period that we're all shedding these outer layers of just utter, we come down here and we experience so much shit. And it's hard. It's hard because, we learn, we transform, we grow. Underneath it all is this beautiful divine love that we all have access to. And that's the thing I think that we're really feeling on a collective level this week, this outer ring, right? That I started with, the rainbow warrior. This outer ring of peace and love and harmony and bliss is always, it's surrounding the planet at all times. Why don't we tune into that frequency more? Why don't we tune into that frequency more? And it's oftentimes, right, in utter devastation and destruction, do we get broken open to let more light in, right, Scorpio? You are the great transformer, the great catalyst from darkness to light and back again. Round and round, right? The circle of life and death. You have a tall order in the collective, Scorpio. Make sure you take care of yourself. I know you're getting worn out. You're getting worn out. You need to nurture yourself this week. Give yourself as much love as you can. That means nourish the body, nourish the mind, nourish your spirit. Anything that fills you up, fills up your cup. Pay attention to the outer ring, all right? And know that once you clear this out of the way, I think that whatever of these golden opportunities you're looking for, the sun and the star, that feels like it's always been out of reach, or you get it and then it just slips through your fingers, you're doing the work to actually maintain a level of fulfillment and love within by letting your ego die its little deaths. But this week, there's going to be a major, major, major ego death. You're going to have real true clarity, insight into your heart. And I think you're going to be removing a major, major block. A major block. We have Libra, Taurus energy. A lot of Libra energy in the future here. I'm not sure what that's about. That's a lot about balance. Leo energy, Aquarius. And then Scorpio energy, of course. All right. Take care, Scorpio.